Are we ready to start the show? Are we ready to get going?
Are we?
Yeah, so I mean, we can.
I'd like to start with a song.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Hoppy Craftsman. My name's Eddie. I'm here with
Nate.
Also
Chris.
And we are at Ground Control with the owner, operator, beer guy.
All around good dude.
Yeah. Popular entity in the Arizona craft beer world, right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Voted best looking, too.
Yeah.
Wow.
And full of jokes.
Introduce yourself.
Ian Harwell.
Phone number, address,
Yeah.
social security number.
Last one.
Do I
First
even
for
know
your
all
credit
that
card?
information?
We also have another
Yeah, I was
special
going to say
guest
before we go too far.
who set up a giant fucking light that's shining in my eye.
Hey, man, I'm trying to get us to look all pretty.
Really makes a big.
You're going to need more than a light to
deal.
make us look pretty.
With enough beer, we'll look pretty to each other.
I just squint a lot.
Yeah.
Like I said.
Friend of the show.
Yep, Francisco, Isaula.
Francisco.
Can you say that last name again?
Everybody.
Isaula.
This podcast,
Wow.
I bring some color to this podcast,
So
but
fun
it's
to
way
say.
too white for that name.
Listen, I've known him for a long time. I've never pronounced his last name like that.
What do you call him? Do you have a
Frank.
nickname for him?
Yes.
What's his nickname? Or you can't say it on the show.
Frank. I am Frank.
That's his nickname?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good.
It's Frank.
That's,
That's what we call
that's
him.
great. That's
Because I'm white.
Because he wasn't
Yeah.
born with that name, so the name we gave him just automatically his
Exactly.
nickname.
awesome.
Or
That's
if you like Elf.
Francisco.
It's fun to say.
Yep, my whole life.
And
I know.
Francisco's
Your whole
the reason
life-
we
I'm
came
pretty
out
sure
here,
you're
correct?
older than that movie.
Yeah.
It is.
You had to be like 20 when that came out, if not
Something like
older.
that.
Maybe his life
2005.
actually started when he was 20, though.
That's from when
life
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
Ian's. I like this.
on
I like
it.
where this
He's
is
on
going with Ian. This is good.
Nate, we are drinking a beer, though. We should probably get that. We always do
That's
this.
true.
We always forget what beer we're drinking, or we don't actually forget. We just forget to say that we're drinking a beer and then talk
Sorry.
about it a little bit. So what are you drinking over there?
Pure Project, Fingers of Gold.
Oh, all right.
Super good. How did well, I guess I am curious, actually, just how you guys ended up getting Pure. Did it just come to the Valley? It's available through the distributor now, or do you guys have to?
Actually, one of the owners, Mike, reached out to me
Nice.
like sometime last year
Yeah.
after he started sending stuff to the Water and Tortoise group.
Nice. Wanted to get some of the West Valley as well.
Yeah.
Dude,
Well, thank
Yeah.
God for him.
it's a good way to do it, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
And in honor of my friend that's sitting in the bar, I will say this beer is dank. He says everything is dank.
Everything is dang. It's crazy to find beers like this in Arizona now. I mean, it's just it's nice to see them popping in every once in a while. But think about it, like 7 years ago, 5-6 years ago,
Yeah, you wasn't seeing this.
you used to go to California for Modern Times. Like honestly, so that's awesome.
So I figure we'll mix it up a little bit. Normally we wait till the end of the show to do the rapid round, but I think we should do it at the beginning of the show this time.
Especially because it takes forever.
Oh yeah, it's a non-rapid
It's
rapid
the
round.
least rapid thing
So,
you're ever going to be involved in.
You're
called
welcome.
Rapid.
And Francisco, I'm gonna call you that now.
right.
Francisco.
Francisco.
You can join as well.
Sweet.
So, do you want
doesn't
to
hate
start
that
off
at
with the rapid round
We're
questions?
going to go
doesn't hate
straight
it
to the
at all.
rapid
Eating
round.
Yeah, let's do that.
So,
I know you know the drink. What's going on?
what the hell did
Well,
you write here,
I can
Chris?
just do the what craft beer got you into craft beer? What was your gateway beer?
Yeah, that's what we called
Do you
it.
remember
Gateway
like what the training wheel beer like? You're like, oh, you start drinking it and you're like, you know what? This actually has some taste to it. This has some more.
beer. You went to a Chili's. You had a
I-
Blue Moon.
Boom. You
It was,
took that orange
it was
out there.
probably Smittix, actually.
Okay.
I never really went through like the crap beer phase.
Right.
I didn't.
Straight to the good beer.
Yeah, a lot of people don't believe me when I say this because where I'm at in the industry, but I didn't even start drinking until I was 21. So I became a liquor department manager for a Fry's down in Tucson. Started taking home beers off the shelf.
Very nice.
Yeah,
There you
because
go.
Smittix wasn't available
Not
for
a lot of
quite
places,
a while, right?
but it's still a classic beer to me. Outside of that, typical Sam Adams Boston Lager. A few years down the road, I started working for Bevmo. I opened up all the stores in Arizona.
Oh wow.
I took home like every beer off that shelf.
That's a lot of
Nice.
keys.
Not at one time, like one a day.
Wow, that's crazy. So you were involved in getting Bevmo started here in Arizona?
Yep.
This region? That's crazy. How long were you with them?
7 years,
Oh,
maybe.
wow, okay.
I've only had 3 jobs in my life. So.
There you go. This is the third one right here.
Yep.
Okay.
No, this is the fourth.
Oh yeah. Wait.
We can't count either. It's fine.
I'll tell you what, though. I went to a release party for Smittix at an Irish bar, and they brought in bagpipe players.
Nice.
Nothing will accelerate your drunken night more than screaming bagpipes in a small bar.
I believe that would actually put a good
You know that
vibe
feeling
into
you
it.
get when you walk outside and you're drunk and you kind of that wind hits you?
Yeah.
Imagine that, but just this ear-piercing sound. And yeah,
No, I'm good.
I don't remember the rest of that night.
Good Lord. Francisco, do you remember yours?
Yeah, actually, I remember we were actually roommates. And
That's true.
we were playing Borderlands.
Yeah.
And it was the Yeti. The
Oh, okay.
espresso oaked Yeti that kind of got me into it because I couldn't take IPAs yet.
Yeah.
I was your traditional Coors guy, and
We drink a lot of Coors.
A lot
That's
of
what we did.
Coors.
Drink
A lot of
Coors.
it.
But I would bring home craft beer, and so I
Nice.
indoctrinated
Yeah.
all my friends. That's literally what my
And-
mission was in life, was to make all my friends drink craft beer
that's
like
so
me.
true. We thought he was the biggest snob, and now to this day, it's the good snob. Though they still call him the snob.
They still call me the beer snob.
Honestly, I would argue that the domestic beer drinkers are the snobs.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
they're more stubborn
Yeah,
when they're going to
but
drink. Right?
yeah, that's the first one got me in it, and I was hooked.
Chris, you've come a long way because the last time I went to your house, I think you were still playing Borderlands.
It's 3 now, though. It's Borderlands 3.
know.
They made a couple more
They keep,
games.
they keep making them,
Keep
I know.
making them. I'm
and then
gonna
they
play 'em.
remaster them.
Dude, they're great.
And then they got the box collection.
Gets to come back all the way around here.
Game of
so-
the Year edition. I gotta get all of them. It's just how it works. Listen, Gearbox, if you're listening, please let me know.
Send us free games.
So you said that the people that drink like Coors and Miller and stuff are probably the beer snobs, but do you have kind of a guilty pleasure beer that, like, you know, it's almost like a moped beer. Like if your friends saw you drinking it, you'd be a little like ashamed a little bit, but you still really enjoy it.
Something you'd hide in a koozie. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm not going to drink this in front of my
This
friends.
isn't a silver
That's a-
bullet.
that's
No,
a-
it's fine.
That's a good question. Do I have one? I mean, I'll have my dad has Coors Light, Miller Lite around, so I'll have a beer with him.
Yeah, exactly. My stepdad only
mean,
has
it-
it's a silver bullet.
It's always PBR for everybody.
PBR.
Yeah, yeah.
PBR
No,
is making.
this is a hams podcast.
Yeah. PBR announced like a new series. It's like Captain something or other. PBR did. Like it's like some new like line,
Yeah,
like
they
fancy line.
have a craft beer line now.
Yeah.
They're starting with an IPA.
Really?
Yep. Oh yeah.
Jeez.
I was like, what?
That sounds terrible.
They're edgy.
Yeah. But it's like some seaman. Like it's like a ship captain.
Seaman?
Yeah.
Where are you
Seaman.
going with this?
This is get real dirty.
Yeah.
Hit the music. But no, it's like, yeah, some captain seafaring kind of weird theme for PBR. You're like, all right, that sounds.
Seafaring.
It's really
I like
weird.
the first word. It was seamen.
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 I was trying to think of seafaring was the word. Nailed it.
Oh, sailors. Okay, that's good.
Cisco, you got one? What-
Yeah, that's
Coors,
true.
for
Guilty
sure.
pleasure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Banquet beer? You still with a banquet?
No, not really.
No High Life?
The silver bullet.
Okay.
More so now that I've got a tolerance for craft beer, it refreshes me more than anything.
You're like, hey, I need to hydrate. Thanks.
Yeah.
I'll drink them.
That's why I got a case of Valley Beer at home.
Yeah, right. There you go.
Do you have the
Next one. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. Beer you would be. What is a beer you would decline under any circumstance?
Decline.
No, thank you.
If it's free, I'll drink anything if it's given to me. So it's hard to say.
That's not a good answer.
It's not a good answer.
No, that's a fine answer. Hey, listen, there's no right answers to any of these questions. They're just answers. That's how this works.
Don't worry about me.
I'm doing it wrong.
No, you can't really do this wrong. Trust us. We know.
Yeah, we're going to tell the beer guy he's doing it wrong.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of a really bad beer that if I could hand you, you'd drink. That's what I'm trying. I'm trying to think of the worst beer I could hand you, and you'd be like, "Well, fuck,
I'm in.
All right."
I think one of the worst beers I've ever had is Grolsch. Do you like that beer? Would you drink that beer?
If you handed him one and it was free,
I would have to. I would have to.
he's got his man. He's a man of his word.
He's a man of his word.
Yeah. He's like, I've said it now. I would have
It's
to.
probably skunked by the time it came to the States, but
Right.
by golly, I'm going to drink it.
Well, I think
So you won't say no once, but you might say no twice, right? To the second time
Third
around.
time, definitely no.
Well, I think some of the answers we've got, any bad beer, like some beer that's like you can just tell it's gone bad. Like
You
there's
don't
something
know
wrong
until
with
you
beer.
drink it.
Right.
But sometimes until you're
like,
halfway through it.
It's got diacetyl. I didn't know that.
I thought it was supposed to taste like cardboard. This is weird, guys.
Yeah.
That's what the brewer's going for.
By the way, it's just Captain Paps.
Oh,
That's all it is.
I like that.
yeah, but that's a C.
got
A
a-
captain could be a C person.
He almost said
Or a
seaman
pilot.
again. He literally almost
No.
said seaman
No.
again. The captain's a seaman.
A captain is a seaman, a seafaring man.
He had to stop himself.
I just say seaman a lot. I'm
the
sorry.
seaman quota for this episode.
Jesus. This is gonna go just rated R right off the
Oh
bat.
gosh.
Usually wait till after the break to go like that crazy, but
Sorry. my
Well,
bad,
we
guys.
started with the second part of the show,
Yeah,
so
we did.
you fucked it up
It
from the
doesn't help
beginning.
that I'm forever 12 years old, so
Yeah, perfect. You're gonna fit right in here. Do it for it.
Kind of the same way. I kind of, I'm never going to be rude.
okay.
And if I show up and you have a beer for me, I'm going to drink it with you.
God,
You've never met Nate then. Nate will turn down a
We'll-
beer that's
I'll turn
Oh,
down
no.
I'll
Oh,
turn
I
down
know-
a
I
great
know
beer
Nate.
that's been in the fridge too long.
or not long enough,
Yeah.
as we
Not long
found
enough.
out in the last
Yeah.
episode. Or,
Oh,
That's
yeah?
true. That
Couple
was,
episodes
tried to,
ago.
yeah, he tried to give me some more in PV.
It wasn't. It wasn't.
Oh, so let's
Listen, wait.
It was still good though.
Listen, you didn't miss the last episode. Ed's gonna get a bottle opener for the wall in the studio, and then right next to it's gonna be a thermometer that you can just kind of like put the beer in after you open it,
Scan it.
and then put
I
it in
could
to make
3D
sure
print something to make that
sure
work.
it actually is the right temperature. It's gonna be for
I
you.
like that.
well,
I
let's
like
ask
that.
the expert. Ian,
Like an-
what's the optimal beer temperature?
Ooh,
that
that
really
you
depends on the style.
an IPA.
IPA.
Like this right here, where you
serving temp.
where you putting fingers of gold.
I'd say right now it's probably about 55 degrees.
Really?
No, not that high. I don't know. I
No.
said 55, 45, 45.
Okay,
45.
all right.
Oh,
Damn it!
Because sometimes I'll put like 42 on my cat. I was like, that's a little low. 45 makes sense. Right there with him.
You're gonna want to.
Listen, if I also had, I don't know, a walk-in cooler and kegs and
Oh, yeah.
taps, and it made me fine. I could totally have the
45.
beer all the time at 45,
45.
but when I transport them in my car and I forget to bring ice,
When I leave them on
Always.
the dashboard,
sorry.
but that's not.
Listen, I put beers on the dashboard and then cooled them down and then gave them to Nate, and he loved them, so he doesn't even know. He's literally just a hypocrite.
But listen, I knew. I just didn't want to hurt his feelings. So let's say
Untrue.
like a stout, just a motor oil thick stout.
I'd probably serve that between like 50, 55.
Okay,
Get a little bit warm temperature.
nice. This
Bring
is
out
good
the
info.
flavors.
Nice. Okay.
I mean,
what about a lager?
Cold.
As cold as possible.
It's cold.
not you don't want a frozen glass.
As cold as the Four Peaks.
See, there you heard it first. We've said it before.
As cold as
you
the
don't
Four
want
Peaks?
your beer in a frozen
You're
glass.
fucking off this show.
I guess if you want to, Coors Light, go ahead. It's gonna hide whatever off flavors are in
It's
the
cold.
'Cause-
Okay. As the Four Peaks on the can. Okay.
Yeah, the cold as the Four Peaks in the
I
can.
get it. You're still out of here.
All right, thanks.
Chris hates a frozen glass, so
I do hate
Ian
frozen
confirmed.
glasses.
Do not put beer.
You
in
don't
frozen
like it when they
glassware.
frost them out, dip them in water, chuck them in a fridge.
No.
Twin
Pour your
Peaks.
Coors Light in there. You got your frothy cup. Not a fan.
No, that's not a.
I'm selling me on it.
Yeah, I mean, and for a second there, I was like, no.
All right, fine.
All it's doing is hiding the flavor of the beer.
True. It doesn't. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's dulling your taste buds, right?
good
Because
point.
it's so cold. All right, the next question is, what should never be in a beer?
Anything.
Ooh, I bet you've heard of some.
adjunct.
Brown underwear.
So brown underwear. That's a good.
That is a good.
Hey, I'm not Polo. Might have done it already. I don't know.
Is there any fruit you don't particularly like in a beer? Like I have a hard time with peach. Like,
I don't.
Peach has a hard thing to get right.
I really don't like fruit and stouts very much, and that's just a me thing. I'm not saying they're bad.
So you wouldn't
Absolutely.
be a fan of Chris's dreams of a sour stout?
Dude, I love sour.
He
We
sweet.
loves
have one
some-
on tap right now.
Oh, I know where Chris
Beer
is getting
too.
after the break.
After the break, beer two.
what is it?
It's Distill's wild cherry sour
okay.
stout.
Oh God, I bet you'd like that. You freak.
Yeah, you
absolutely
like
would.
that?
Yeah,
You.
Jesus.
Let's get this.
Real
Let's get
dirty.
this guy at 30. Oh yeah, you like
Cue the
that.
music. Yeah. No. Yeah. After the
Get this
break.
guy a 32-ounce crowler, ounce crowler right now. Cough syrup
Yeah.
and
Do you serve that in a giant mug?
We can.
Perfect.
for you anything.
Good. Good thing I didn't drive.
Put it in a bucket.
That's one of those beers I just found in the cooler. It's probably been back there for a couple years.
Aged.
It's aged. That's what they
Yeah,
say.
That's
right?
awesome.
That's.
So, yeah. I mean, you can't age
It's
an
got
IPA,
bread.
but you
It's
can.
got bread in it. Can't
Yeah.
be bad.
Yeah.
A little twang to it now.
Francisco, what should never be in a beer?
Oh man, I kind of like everything except for. You know what? I'm gonna go with peach as well.
Can't.
I'm not a
no one
fan
likes
of the
everything. That's
Listen,
a load of
what?
shit.
Nate, Nate loves to tell people what he doesn't like. He makes sure that you understand his.
I like everything.
His not likes.
I'm pretty
I have a lot of things I don't like. I can fill my
does
own
that
podcast.
go for all styles? Because peach sours are amazing.
Yeah,
I guess I've never
absolutely.
had a
That's a
peach
good
sour.
point. I mean, like I said, I just think it's harder to do really, really well, is what I mean. Because, trust me, if John Rowley takes a bunch of peaches.
Oh, here we go.
Southern Gentleman. We had it on a couple. We had that a couple shows ago.
We need like a bell or something that whenever somebody.
You're the editor.
That's a
the new
great idea.
rule
You're the
is
editor,
whoever
so-
mentions Rowley has to chug their beer.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
That's
great
That's the
idea.
2020.
I'll chug it every time.
that-
They're worth a mention. They're great people.
And that,
They
go,
are
and that
great
goes
people.
to the listeners at home. Whoever mentions Rowley, listeners chug a beer.
That's a good point.
And then whoever mentions it has to chug
Like a
their beer.
drinking game.
if we
Because
did,
Rowley is going to get mentioned.
If you're in your
Yes.
car,
Did you
pull
guys
over,
ever get a
open your
chance to try
cooler.
our collab with Rowley?
Chris did. I saw you checked it in.
With a Japanese plum goza.
Yes,
It was really
yes,
nice.
it was. We got
It was.
we got some bottles of that after the
We
fact.
did.
That was awesome.
They did a second batch. It's still fermenting, I think.
Is it? Nice. No, because you just like I said, that's a good point. Peaches can be done really well, and John Rowley knows how to do them. I'm just saying. I just think it's hard. I think it's really. I think there's.
You are
plenty of-
great with peaches, John.
Yes,
Listen, everything's good with John.
I could say that guy's name 100 times. I love that man.
He's a
And
good
cue
man.
the music.
All right, we go on to the next one.
All right, this one's specific for Ian. If you could have any beer on tap, what would it be?
Yeah, or,
Past,
or brewery.
something that
or brewery.
doesn't exist anymore.
Just a brewery you really wish you could get here.
If I Top and Glass Dragon Fandango,
Yeah.
that beer is absolutely
I'll
incredible.
sleep out front.
Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I'll sleep out front. You get any of those guys. down
Oh
here.
yeah, trust me, I've been pushing. I'm good
Yeah.
friends with the brewer.
It's nice. That's awesome.
Keep
Push harder.
trying.
Yeah,
I
keep
try it like every 2 months. I'm
Yeah.
like, are you ready to come out yet?
Yeah, how you doing?
Come on, you should do
They
it.
got a beer on tap right now with our coffee in it at the
Nice.
tap room.
That's awesome.
It's
That's a-
actually one of their highest weighted runs right now.
That's a.
Have you offered to go pick up the kegs? Even
I have.
Oh yeah, Ian, of
I
course.
I would do anything. to
because
get
that's the thing.
Whoa.
Like
That's what I like about Ian. He's a real beer man.
Hands above the table, guys. Hands above the table.
because I think we've seen Ian in every
He's a
city
real
in this
beer
state.
man.
Probably.
We've seen him in Flagstaff. We've seen him in Tucson. We've seen him.
I seen him in L.A.
You saw him in L.A.
Yeah.
You've probably driven up
I was
to
at
Dark
Monkish.
Sky a bazillion times.
Probably.
So I mean, yeah, you're clearly dedicated to the beer game, which is something really awesome to see.
But unfortunately, out west, I gotta work really hard to get the beers that I want. So
You're hustling, man, for sure. I mean, the tap list shows that you're doing it right. I mean, you're getting it done.
and we got our new retail section up front too.
Do you? Nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
you just added
nice.
some refrigerators, right?
I
Or
know.
some coolers.
We came in the side door. We're gonna have to take a look at that.
Yeah. There's a break.
So, any other breweries that are there any other breweries that are close to coming out to Arizona? Close to making it, or do you guys just kind of find them at the time, or when they just kind of get here? Like, what's oh gosh, I can't even think who's come out here lately.
A lot.
Yeah, exactly. It's
What, like
nonstop.
Odd 13.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've got Beer Project. All right.
Yeah.
Hold on. We got to pause for a second.
All right.
What the hell is it with pizza guys and just banging around in the kitchen?
Oh, we were at Dark Sky
Dark
one
Sky
time.
sounded like somebody was locked in
pound
the
that dough,
refrigerator.
bro.
We were
Pound
pretty
that
sure
bread, pound
someone
the
was
dough.
locked
was
in the
just-
freezer and running at the door.
was just-
Oh, they're
Yeah.
probably making fries. Actually, cutting fries.
Oh, they're cutting potatoes.
Cutting the
yeah,
wood.
you gotta
You're
work
throwing
hard
wood
for the
in there.
potatoes.
Well, let's
Sure.
go ahead and call it a break real quick.
Okay.
Grab a new beer. Maybe they'll be done with the fries by the time we get back.
Sounds good. Listen, we have
together.
enough microphones and recording space. We could totally do five podcasts now.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
5 podcasts?
That's what I heard.
So you're supposed
Well,
to
with
do
your
one
studio,
podcast per
You
Listen,
can just start
microphone?
producing them. You can invite kids in to record their own podcast.
That, I'm not inviting kids into my house. Hey, kid, you want to come and record a podcast?
Not
It's
little
not soundproof
kids.
it's
studio.
about candy.
Hey, little kid, you want to come hang out in my soundproof room?
You want to come talk into my microphone?
Oh, hello.
I got a 4-inch mic.
This is recording, by the way. So.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
You didn't hear
darn
the
it.
beep?
Over there too, so
Oh, darn
it's on
it.
video
Live.
and
Yeah.
on.
Well, I
Only
stand
there
by
was a
my.
way to edit things.
I stand.
Guilty, sir.
I stand by all my statements. Well, we're back, and we've all got new beers.
We do.
Yep.
Chris is super happy for the beer he's got.
I haven't even tried it yet.
Me too.
He's gonna drink it.
It's
I bet it's-
delicious.
I'll let you guys
Only
explain what
because-
it is.
Chris likes the authentic
I
reaction.
bet it's good because it came on tap here at Ground Control, but otherwise, I bet it'd be garbage.
Nate just stares at me as I drink it.
Yeah, enjoy that. Yeah.
Chris is the only
It's really good. Oh, it's awesome.
It's really good.
Chris is the only professional one that saves
Could
his
you tell
reaction
that I
for the
aged that
actual
for
show.
like 2 years before I put it on tap?
No?
It's not. You're supposed to
delicious.
say yes. You'd be like, oh, it's got some deep. It's just.
Deep,
No, my-
deep aged notes
Yes.
to it.
My palate's wrecked. It's delicious.
Yeah, you didn't say he
I'm not
was
very
hiding it
sophisticated.
behind like the
I taste
toilet
the
tank,
alcohol.
It's like,
I hit it with the toilet water.
Just a spritz on the top of the glasses.
that's what. Nice. I like it. No, that's really good. I mean, you basically raged it. Did you forget
I
it?
didn't age it on purpose.
Did you forget about it?
I didn't
for
age it on purpose. Ian, now this is where I'll have to disagree with you. You got to lean into that and be like, listen, I've let this sit in my fridge for 2 years for you fuckers.
Just for you.
Just for this event.
Yeah.
We knew you were coming,
I
Chris.
heard you like sour stouts. I was listening to a previous show. You get some brownie points as a previous listener, and you took care of this for Chris. But either way,
You want to try it again?
we'll roll it back. Editing. We're talking about the power of editing.
What are we talking about again?
Well, that's awesome. So it's nice to know that even you, a professional, can make a mistake and leave a keg of beer in a fridge for 2 years.
Right? Especially with how small
Makes me
my
feel better.
walk-in cooler is. You're like, how did you forget this?
Yeah, you just walked in. There it is.
Boom.
Oh, look at that.
It's nice to know a professional like that can make the same, not even a mistake,
Yeah.
happy accident.
Yeah, because I don't make mistakes.
Exactly.
Sir,
If
it's
it's,
very-
if
They're
it,
happy accidents.
all right.
I'm like a wizard.
No, that only you're never late. You arrive
Same
always
concept,
when you
okay?
yeah. Ian the White. All right, Ian. Let's see
It's a
here.
Lord of the Rings reference, not a racist.
Yeah, I'm
comment
not.
from Nate.
Yeah, that's a good point. You know, I went there in my head, but I was like, people know we're not racist.
Yeah.
Where are we at here? I'm sorry.
You want to go over the
He's-
history of ground
he's-
control?
yeah,
since
let's-
we get
Did we
into-
even finish our rapid round?
Yeah.
We did.
Oh, we did?
Yeah. Well, you cut us
No.
short, but I think.
The worst beer, right?
Listen.
Okay.
Listen, this is a loose outline.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, no, I didn't know we finished.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. My apologies.
Yeah, we finished.
Yes, tell us your history with ground control. I know it's changed recently.
No, hold on. I got stats on the. notes.
I didn't know. I didn't know.
We got stats.
Yeah.
This will
Yeah,
refresh your
right.
memory a little bit.
I'm as
Yeah,
surprised
let's-
as you are.
let's-
Trust me.
Let's take Ian down memory lane.
Okay.
I'm ready.
2007, ground control started by Sean and Tara. Is it
Rassus.
Rassus. In Goodyear, Arizona, 2012, ground control moved to Litchfield Park. 2012, Ian also joined the team. So
He's just
Man,
nodding
man,
yes,
you-
by the way.
Yeah.
You did your research.
yeah. So
It's a little weird, right?
were you a friend first or a customer first?
Customer turn friend.
So you're the weirdo at the bar, like, hey
Yeah, every
guys,
day.
I like your beer. Want to be
God
friends?
Damn it, Ed,
They-
don't
they saw
offend
me-
the guests.
They saw me twice a day. I went in the morning for coffee, at night for a beer.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Have best of both worlds. So
That's what I love about this place.
And then in 2019, Ian took over ownership
yeah,
of.
September.
So
That's amazing, man.
I think it's September. I don't remember.
It is September.
Well, congratulations.
No, thank you.
That's big. Man. That's
That's
awesome.
big.
And that's the thing. I think we're here for the beer, but you also do coffee. We also had amazing pizza, so it's a full spectrum. You could be here
Yeah.
for breakfast all the way to dinner.
I
if you
never
really
know how to
wanted
describe this place.
I never know how to describe this place.
It's got everything.
It's a restaurant with a major tap room and coffee bar.
Yeah, coffee roaster.
Coffee roaster. Excuse me.
Sitting at the bar or you're right, drinking a beer. Like, what went through your mind being like, yeah, you know what? I should just work here instead. Like, what? How did you go from? I mean, working at
How'd you go
Bevmo,
from
like
patron
beer.
to
Yeah.
paycheck?
Wow.
Going deep,
Holy,
man.
holy shit.
I guess you could say how'd you go from patron to paycheck to purveyor, right?
Right. That's a whole.
Ed, stop. I can't even keep up with you these days.
That's a lot of words.
You're too good.
You know, they were
Why'd you become such a pro?
they
Purveyor
were
to
looking
paycheck.
to expand their beer portfolio
right.
when they moved here because there was just 6 taps at the old location.
No kidding.
But a bunch of bottles to go.
Oh,
They had-
nice.
they had a big shelf. Sean did most of the ordering before I came on board, but he still works on base and he's a full-time pilot for Delta. He has 0 time in his life.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I just
He
took
drinks
over-
on the job.
Yeah.
No. But yeah, that's awesome. Well, so
So
you,
I just came on board to take over the program. I started serving. Apparently, serving makes a lot of money.
nice,
Kind of
right?
ridiculous. And then, started becoming the face of ground control. not just for my good looks either.
That's true. That's what I hear.
Yeah.
Word on the
Because
street.
this, I mean, for the last several years, you guys have been cultivating kind of making this the spot to come for craft beer.
Yeah,
If you're out here.
We're always voted one of the best tap rooms in Arizona. 2019 Phoenix Magazine's Reader's Choice Best Tap Room.
Nice.
What's on tap when you're first visiting Ground Control?
When
What kind of beers are on
When-
tap? Like, what are you drinking when you come in here?
they almost always had a stone handle, probably Ruination at the time.
Right.
And you're like, this, I can get stone here. This is where I'm going. This is my spot.
I didn't start coming to Ground Control when they first opened. I was still living in Surprise. There was a coffee shop I went to called Toshi's that did their own roasting that I lived nearby, and they would buy beans with Ground Control. So once Toshi's closed, I'm like, I need a new spot. And then I go in and I'm like, holy crap, they have beer too? I'm in heaven.
It's just the avenue of coffee actually drew you to actually get into Ground Control.
Yeah.
How did the conversation go about you working here? Was it like a mutual thing? Was it like, hey, you have a lot of beer knowledge? You
Well, before I started
looking for it?
before I started working here, they would actually ask for advice, like what to bring in from me. So it kind of just happened organically.
Nice.
What was your first suggestion that they actually put on tap? Do you remember? Brewery or beer?
Probably something Firestone Walker.
Now, I guess I'm leading a follow-up to that question. What was the conversation like to becoming owner of this place?
I was at a point in my life where I loved working, doing what I was doing, but I've been having a dream of opening up my own like tap room, bottle shop for several years now.
Yep.
I just kept on talking about it and never actually did it. At the same time, they were looking to have their lives back. They have 4 amazingly athletic children and getting older and need to be chauffeured everywhere.
Right.
They just didn't have time to spend here. So I thought it just made sense just to take over this place. You're getting 12 years of customer relations with it, so
Yeah, for sure.
in history. Don't have to restart everything.
So
Yeah.
full disclosure, I actually thought you were the owner for since 2000 when you took over 2012. Was it? Like
Yeah.
there was.
You're not the first to say that.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
mean,
sure.
You
I'm
were the
sure.
face. You're the face of this place. I mean, like I said, we're all from the East Valley, so at least when I thought of Ground Control, I thought of you. You know, it made the connection with that.
I'm a very loyal guy. I like to work at places like I own it or
Okay.
Yeah, I think the first time Ground Control popped up on my radar was the Sitting in a Tin Can.
Yeah.
The Borderlands collab.
We came out here for a bottle release of Hops from my co-pilot. It was when it was
yeah.
still in the bomber.
Man, that anniversary was a shit show.
It was.
Dude, you were working the bar with another guy, and you were just like handing out just. We managed to get 2 seats at the bar.
I just did
Well-
too much in one day on that day.
There was a lot going on. Well, there's a line like going almost out the door when we got
Oh, yeah. It
here. I
was
stayed in
nuts.
line. You went up to the bar just to see what's going on, and then you waved me over, and the people were like getting up and leaving, and they gave us their seats, and so we just sat right down and we skipped like 50 people,
We just-
which I'm sure they were very angry with.
Well, they were
us.
there to eat. That's what we kept telling ourselves.
Yeah, they're like, we're going. We're like,
Yeah.
sweet, thanks. And they
Yeah.
got up and we just got right in, and we sat at the bar, and and we
That was-
drank way too much.
That was our 10th anniversary.
Was it?
too much mead that night.
Man,
Yeah.
you guys were working like crazy, and I was like, "Can I get your business card, man?" And I think I got yours and your buddies there at the time. But
Yeah,
a lot of good I did with that.
yeah.
But
Way to go, Ed.
up until that, at least we got you on here now.
Oh, Nate.
What
Sorry.
happened?
Way to go, Nate.
He called you Ed. That's
And Ed.
Oh yeah, no.
I just yell at Ed a lot now, so that's usually.
It's usually his
Ed, I'm
fault.
so glad to have you on the show.
So if you want to gauge, I guess if you say Ian's success, like you said, you thought he was the owner, and he's mentioned a couple of these names, but if you want to go down a little bit of the list of collaborations that he's done,
Dude, it's
just to
insane.
name a few. So
Hit me, Ed.
a big favorite of ours, Sitting in a Tin Can with
Yep.
Borderlands.
Delicious.
Hops from my co-pilot, which is currently in cans here with Tombstone. Coffee-wise, you did Turmoil 19F with Toppling Goliath.
Yep.
And then
That's
the
awesome.
barrel-aged Cielo Obscuro.
Oh, that
Right.
was so good with Dark Sky.
And also
Yeah,
the
batch 2's coming.
that beer was
Brazilian
awesome.
Jiu-Jitsu, right? Because that's
Yeah.
the name of the coffee, right?
Yeah. So, but that's the name of the barrel-aged coffee that we used Toppling Glass Assassin barrels with. But we also threw those beans into a Dark Sky beer and called it Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. We did that in honor of our the girl who roasted the coffee was turning 21. So
That's awesome.
And then our favorite, Arigato Gosmasu.
gozaimasu.
Wow, look at
Whoa.
that. With Raleigh Farmhouse. So
Usually it's other people making fun of.
He didn't even mention High Country Brunch.
I was just gonna
no,
say you're
High
missing a
Country
few.
Bunch has. No, I did the
I was gonna
highlights.
follow up.
We could probably sit here all day long.
Or Beer Guy IPA.
Yes. Honestly, I was going to say your collaborations with Dark Sky are legendary at this point. I mean, you guys have made some great beers together.
Yeah, they're fun to work with too.
They're awesome people.
I love those guys.
Yeah, they're nonstop great guys.
Who's somebody else you want to work with coffee wise or beer wise, in state, out of state? Who's on your
I'm
list?
good friends with the guys at Three Chiefs, so I would like to do something with them eventually. Inu, I'm good friends with them as well. Out in Hawaii. And a good chance to go to Hawaii.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
Bonus.
No, don't make me go there.
Yeah.
How'd you guys get a LIC beer project out here?
That was all Quail.
Good to see those guys are working for beers like that. That's cool. They're a cool little brewery.
Yeah, Quail's a great distributor.
Yeah. They need to get some other New York breweries.
It's what?
I said they need to get some other New York breweries as
Oh,
well.
yeah. There's some grits and
Finback,
Finback would be awesome.
other half. There's some good ones.
Anything Northeast stuff would be cool.
Yeah. If you're listening, Quail, get to work.
Get to work.
Even though you've done so good.
I'm sure you're probably doing great.
So when you took over, what was the biggest change you made, or most drastic? Even if you didn't make it drastic, what
The
was
most
your
drastic would probably be cleaning up the front area and making a little retail corner.
Yeah, that's all. That's huge. That's awesome.
Yeah, my wife is on a little handheld on Friday and Saturday nights and just selling beers, so they don't have to go to the bar.
Makes sense.
That's very cool.
Was the pizza here? When did the pizza come in? When did you guys
Yeah,
start?
since we moved to this location.
Oh, okay.
I think I've
Probably,
seen
yeah,
on
they
the
must have.
website you have a chef. Do you let the chef take care of the food, or do you have say in the food, or
I like to have some input.
like?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
No, we're not cutting potatoes right now. I'm doing a podcast.
you
Like,
guys got
Mom,
potato?
the meatloaf!
I never know what she's doing.
Right.
That's awesome.
I added a second fryer to help make ticket times quacker.
yeah.
Ta-da. Quicker. On busy nights with only one fryer, everything just would be tied up.
Right.
And honestly, it made the fries taste better, giving them their own fryer.
That's awesome.
And now I have room to add the fried cheese curds. We've been doing a Nashville hot chicken sandwich some days.
Dang. Nice.
I know where I'm eating dinner.
Sad I missed that.
Yeah, that sounds good.
It's good too.
Some hot chicken. You had some hot chicken?
Yeah,
You
it's
son of a-
delicious. You're also doing like trivia nights,
Yep.
and like you got bands here playing, and
Monday nights, we do trivia night. This place is packed on Monday nights.
That's sick.
Friday nights, live music,
Nice.
7 to 10. Then every 6 weeks or so, you got Superstition here before the music because Jim, the rep, is playing the music.
Ah, okay. Nice.
So
That's
they'll
awesome.
do complimentary sampling.
That's cool.
Very nice.
Are you enjoying the transition from your previous role to just, full-on owner at this point?
The only additional thing I'm really doing is the payroll and paperwork.
Was there any hesitation when that discussion came about? Like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know.
You're always going to doubt yourself. It's a tough choice.
Right. Yeah. That's. I mean.
Even working here, you see how successful it can be, but you're like, man, what if it's all on you now?
Yeah.
Right.
The day you take over, what if it's not like that anymore?
Right?
Right. Yeah.
Thankfully, business has actually been better,
That's good. That's
but
awesome.
I've also been doing like small improvements.
Right. Trying to get the people in, man.
you're
It's
definitely
awesome.
putting in the work. I mean, your social media out there, just the social media outreach has been phenomenal lately.
And you guys got this whole market, I wouldn't say cornered, but you have a whole population of people out here who don't have it, that aren't able to get this anywhere. So
Yeah.
it's nice that you are able to fill get that void. And you guys are doing it well, man. It's awesome out here. The tap list is insane.
So do you being out on, and we're on the west side. This is
currently. We're
currently, yeah,
We're
currently.
currently, yes.
Well, ground
Very
control's
good.
always on the west side. They don't.
yeah.
They don't.
We
move.
don't move.
It's not a
Yeah.
trailer. We're in
We
an
don't
actual
move.
building.
It's not a food truck.
Do you feel like you're a part of the Arizona craft community as a whole? What's that relationship like?
I think I am, just for how involved I try to be. I try to go to as many releases as I can. I have to travel to get the beers that I want.
Yeah.
There are times I do feel like I get forgotten about because of where I'm at. So
Yeah. Got to make sure they remember.
They remember me.
Yeah. How many times did you drive to Tombstone last year?
Too many?
Yeah,
it's a good number.
I was gonna say, can you even remember a number?
Simmer's probably done it more
Yeah,
than I have.
yeah. Like, what's the
One stop.
Thank you.
I was gonna say, what's your highest average mileage in a week at your peak?
I don't even want to look at my mile
Your odometer.
odometer thingy anymore.
So my question always is, you have a car or van full of all this beer, and you're driving it back from Tombstone. Do you just ever worry you're going to get pulled over and then have to explain to the officer why you have a car?
Well,
Cases
of beer?
once you're leaving Tombstone, you pass Border Patrol.
That's true, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
They just go, yeah, we know. And then they just let you keep going.
You again.
yeah, right. The first time was like, wait a minute. And the second or third time, they're like, all right.
You get the friendly nod.
Yeah, just keep going. You're fine. But that's what I'm like, yeah, you're going down, the 10, and you're like, I got a car full of beer, and somebody pulls me over. It's going to be really difficult to explain all this.
But grabbing the beer is fun, but like going down there and hanging out with them is awesome. We walk across the border, get some tacos and naco, however you want to call it.
Dude,
Yeah.
yeah, he's a cool guy. He definitely knows what he's
Weedy's
doing
the
down
best.
there, and they're fun to hang out with.
Yeah, I've had a chance to hang out with Matt
Yeah,
in
Matt.
Maine and New Hampshire. We stayed at his cabin out there.
Dang.
That was awesome.
That's sick.
It's in the island in the middle of a lake. You got to take a boat to get to it.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. You always see those camps there. You're like, who owns them?
It was amazing.
That's awesome.
So being an owner now, are you traveling more or less? Because you just went to
they're
Toppling
quicker.
Goliath, right?
They're quicker trips.
Yeah.
Like I'll
You got to get
just-
back a little more.
Like I flew to LA for the day a couple weeks ago. I was in San Diego last Saturday for the Mosher event,
Nice.
and the week before that, a couple weeks before that, I was in Toppling Goliath to try the collab.
Nice.
It helps that I have a lot of pilot friends,
Yeah.
so I don't have to pay for a lot of flights. If I had to pay for all these,
It'd be-
probably wouldn't be going to all.
Dang, pilot friends. I need to get some pilot friends. That's awesome.
Yeah.
There you go. That works.
I know a guy.
Get to know more Southwest pilots.
There you go.
What if I guess you have a good view of Arizona craft beer. I mean, you have a good view of it. You can see what it looks like. How has it changed in the last 2 years? And is it? I mean, from my perspective, it's not growing as fast anymore, right? It's not. Seems like it's tapering, but still, I mean, what is it like from your angle? How does it look from your view?
I mean, it's great to see like how far we've come in the last 5 years. The quality of breweries out here now is
Absolutely.
outstanding.
Absolutely.
It's been quite fun to see. Because there was times in early ground control history we stuck to the no crap on tap model, so we had to keep a certain standard. And a lot of times I couldn't find a lot of local beers to put on tap, and there were still plenty, but it was harder back then.
Yeah.
But now you don't even have to even
True.
bother looking out of state if you want to drink a good beer. I
Yeah.
mean, I'll put Tombstone's IPAs against anybody's.
Yeah, absolutely. Facts. That's good to know. I mean, we agree. It's just it's interesting to get your perspective on it.
Well, we always said that, even though it might seem like that our craft beer is not as moving as fast as it was a few years ago, but it's a hell of a time to be a craft beer bar owner.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, we have so much things coming from out of state. The beer here is getting so much better. And I think with some of the closures, I think it's making everybody kind of work a little harder too, is making a little more competition. It's weeding out some of the people that aren't making the greatest product, and the people that are making the good stuff just making more of it. So to be an owner of a craft beer bar like this is, I mean, you got to be super excited at this point, right?
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
a lot of fun.
Yeah. There's every weekend. You're right. There's a new local one that's still. They're just doing good things here in
Well,
Arizona.
like I can't remember. It starts with a W. I just saw it the other day. They're leaving Brooklyn and they're
Oh
moving
yeah,
here.
I saw that article.
Ortega.
I actually met the guy.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's really cool. I mean, and you leave in Brooklyn and then coming to Arizona. I mean, I guess
Well, he's from Arizona.
Oh, originally,
he went
okay.
out there and then he got married. I found all this out the other day.
there you go.
You went out there.
Really good research.
Research.
Got married, had a
just grilled
kid,
him.
and then
it's our ringer.
he's actually looking for spots. So he
Okay.
was driving around,
Doing
checking
some-
out the East Valley, Gilbert, Phoenix, Tempe.
Okay.
I think he said he preferred Gilbert. The prices are just too.
It's Gilbert prices.
Good.
Yeah.
Go to. We need some Phoenix breweries.
Some more Phoenix breweries.
Yes.
There
Still
you
need
go.
more out here.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah,
some
I mean,
left
still need
out.
more.
That's true.
We got-
Absolutely.
Absolutely do.
So
Yeah,
what's close out here? Transplant,
Transplant's the
8-bit.
closest.
Okay.
8-bit. We just got a new tap room, Tap Savvy.
Tap Savvy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're
Litchfield
old
Park.
customers of ours.
Yep.
Still come in.
Did you go threaten them? Be like, listen,
Move farther away.
The only thing that I said was you didn't have to keep it a secret from me. I would have been fully supportive.
Yeah.
be like, this is your
I guess that
corner
would be
in
nervous,
my
nerve-wracking
neighborhood.
to tell you about it, you know? In a weird way, you know?
It just brings more people attracted to come out here.
Yeah.
We craft beer drinkers like to hop around.
Exactly. I was just gonna say, when's the last time you went someplace you were
I go to like
tap
30
room-
places in San Diego when
Exactly.
I'm there.
That's the best play about it, right? And then that's
Yeah.
when we always talk about like that's what kind of Arizona's missing is like you can't really just jump in an Uber, get to one spot and hit like 5 or 6 breweries and like craft.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do that here. I mean, Tucson a little bit, Phoenix not at all. I mean, you're getting an
Yeah.
Uber and driving someplace, getting an Uber, driving someplace else.
Yeah, but
So-
I go walk to Transplant City from my house, so so I'm out on a walk. I'll just stop in for a quick beer.
Stop it.
So we're
Yeah, the
That's
last
my
time I went to
dream.
transplant, they had
I want to take my dog for a fucking walk, and I want to be able to stop. I want my wife to be like, "Oh, you went for a walk? Did you bring? Do you smell like beer?
dude,
Do you smell like beer?
I told you should buy that house next to Tombstone, and that would have been the best thing ever.
There
in the
you
world,
go.
Right, walk
Yep.
across the street and been.
You think you don't see me now? You
So
think
tran-
you don't
I
see
see you
me
more. You
now.
have beer.
Transplant is actually right next to my CrossFit gym.
Oh,
so
that's too funny.
Some
That's-
days I'll
that's
go
not
at
helpful.
5:30 p.m. When I leave, I just stop at the gym.
Are you
I've
sure
earned my beer.
transplant
Yeah, that's
isn't your
true.
CrossFit gym?
Oh,
Yeah, pretty
touche.
much. It's literally right across.
Those guys are awesome.
Yeah, they
They're
are.
amazing people.
Wait, Nate, you have another beer in front of you. You don't have. You're not drinking what we're drinking. What are you drinking?
Oh, whoops, my bad. I'm drinking the KBS espresso.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it's super good.
Nice.
But
It's
it's
cool that they're doing a little different.
Yeah,
The Canadian and espresso's new, huh?
yeah. CBS, I love it. So this is good stuff.
Sorry, I just noticed that.
Yeah, no worries.
We always forget. We always forget. It's great.
I thought you were talking about my ice water.
No, I don't
They're
care
very
about
nice water.
that. That water looks.
It's frosty cup, dude. You kidding me? It looks
I
fucking
say
delicious.
that we have the best
like
water
frosting.
in Litchfield Park.
Do you?
I don't
It
know
is
if that's
good.
true or not.
No,
I never
say
mentioned it.
Filter.
But I say it. No, I think it. I do. As far as like the geographical locations and things in the valley, I just think it's getting. I just hate. Now that I've moved out of the East Valley, I don't like the harping on getting things into the East Valley. It's so far out there. When it's a 15-minute drive to Tempe, and you can get to places to keep it more centrally located like that. And I moved to South Phoenix where there's nothing. You know, I can get to Warren House in 10 minutes. So life is still good.
I still think there's plenty of growth, and I don't think Arizona has anything to worry about an oversaturation right
True.
now.
No,
Absolutely.
I was starting to think that until I went to Portland, Maine.
Really?
So we went.
That's where I'm from. I'm from Maine.
We went to Allagash Brewing
Yes.
last August.
Never heard of it.
Did you? And then right across.
Right across the street,
Yep.
there's a building with like 6 or 7 breweries, all
and
in
they're
one
all,
corner,
and they're all good.
and they're all amazing.
Battery Steel, Austin
dude.
Did
Street.
you make it to Definitive?
I did not do Definitive, and I didn't do Foundation.
So the wife half of Definitive's parent lived down the street, so they come in here all the time.
Oh, really?
And in fact, she's going to be out here in February.
Really?
But they are awesome.
There is some amazing beer being made. I mean,
that-
Maine Brewing Company. I mean,
that battery
They're
beer
all
company.
8 breweries on one corner.
yeah.
And it's not even in Portland proper. It's on the outskirts of Portland.
Exactly. It's in the warehouse area.
Well,
Exactly.
that battery steel you bought back was
Battery Steel
phenomenal.
is
It was so
awesome.
phenomenal. It was-
Battery Steel was-
Foundation right there.
Yeah, I that one I didn't get a chance to try, but yeah, the Austin Street, the Battery Steel. It is.
That kind of blew my mind.
It
I'm
is.
like,
It's really getting busy out there, which is nice.
So, Chris, do you
Mainers
want to
don't have a
chime
lot
in
to
with
be
your
happy about.
Michigan-specific breweries that can totally
I'm from
isolate?
Michigan, and no, I moved out here before I could legally drink, and then
That puts you at a
That was
So did I, Chris.
I didn't
that
realize
wasn't a
how
serious question. I don't give a shit.
good Michigan breweries. No,
Where are you from? Right here, right here, or right here?
Stop it.
right here, Ed.
That was good.
Where are you from, Ian?
I'm born and raised West Valley,
Nice.
Glendale.
There you go.
Actually,
Dang.
Like Ed.
The one and
You don't need
only.
many.
How many stab wounds do you have?
Terrible.
that
Sorry,
kind of
that's
ones
bad
I did
joke.
myself.
Yeah. Right. That's
Francisco,
awesome.
where are you from?
I'm from Long Beach.
Francisco.
It's fun to say, man.
It is.
I'm from Long Beach, California.
Do you really deal with that more? Like, would you say like once a week, once every couple
Gonna hear it every
days.
5 minutes around me. I can
Yeah,
tell
the
you that.
holidays every day.
Oh, it's there for every day.
Every day during the holidays because the damn movie is on 24/7.
Oh, that's kind
But
of funny.
now I enjoy it because now it's a conversation starter.
Yeah, true.
And in my line of business,
Yeah, that's helpful.
yeah,
What line of business is that?
I'm a realtor. Yeah.
So like that's fun to say. You're like, you know what's fun? It's fun to buy a house. It's fun to buy new property.
Yeah. Especially on the west side, craft beer and houses.
Well, so I know when you buy a house, usually like sometimes a realtor gets you like a basket of like gifts for thanking you for being their client. Do
Yeah.
you get
You
them?
working on a beer basket?
do-
Do you beer baskets it? Do you beer basket it?
do
up?
your
That's a great
buckets.
idea. So I'm very specialized, so
Okay.
I really get to know the people.
No, just get a
and,
beer. Just get everyone
You
loves
know,
beer.
not no.
Yes.
No,
He's
not-
talking to
they-
someone at their trunk. He opens the trunk and he pulls out a bucket full of ice and beer.
Dude.
You trying to tell me they're not going to buy a house ASAP?
My
No, this is after my house.
70-year-old client
Okay.
that drinks wine only, maybe not.
Put a couple of bottles of wine
Listen.
in
Oh
there.
no! I've gotten the wine, but I
It's
tend
called
to.
barley wine. Listen, there's something for everybody.
Make it beer
There
related.
is,
know,
there
come on.
is.
Barley wine is life.
See,
Oh yeah,
Ooh,
barley
there you
wine
go.
absolutely is.
See, and
Shaking your head.
this is where you jump in and say, hey, no, you get them a gift card to Ground Control,
Yeah.
and that's who
Right
it
there. Yeah,
you
there
give
you
your
go.
True.
customers.
And then you'll drink the barley wine here.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
Ian doesn't
I'm
know
a
this,
genius.
but
Perfect.
I host a lot of events.
Okay.
For like my clients and just friends, and this is going to be a spot for that.
You're gonna
well, no,
Well, you
I'm
probably should tell him about that.
well, not yet.
And it's tomorrow.
Be here tomorrow
No,
with
no.
150
That's what I
people.
plan.
They're on their way right now.
Because the community in
Yeah.
Litchfield Park, like the CrossFit gyms and everything, they're just so super tight.
Yeah.
And the fact that it has coffee and beer is just a great spot.
And
If you're doing
food.
tight CrossFit and you're tight, you should probably stretch it a little more.
I do. I have to get there like 30 minutes before just to even work out.
Just start.
Yeah.
I feel like I just sit there and.
I feel like I
feel-
need to be at Transplant City when you're over there CrossFitting.
Yeah, I'll join you after.
yeah. We'll be at transplant. Just come say hi.
2020, Ian. What's the plan?
The plan?
What's the broad strokes for
Man, I don't
2020?
know.
We're still January. What's
Jesus,
what's
man.
well, I think we
I
need
don't
to be
even
a,
think 2 days ahead.
I think
Hell,
we
it's-
need to be a little more specific.
No, I mean,
'cause,
is there any major goals for 2020? You got anything? Like
well,
I
I'm
said,
going to plan on maintaining my weight.
Yeah.
I'm 165 pounds.
Hey,
Are you going
know-
up with this place? Are you gonna make a rooftop
Yeah,
balcony?
yeah.
You're gonna make a
Ooh,
basement like
put a
Dark Sky
gar-
has? I mean, come on.
no, I mean, is there? You know what I
Rooftop.
mean?
Rooftop.
well, Arizona Beer
Collabor-
Week's coming up.
Arizona Beer Week is coming up. That's a good
Dude.
segue. That's,
Do you have
like
what do you
I
have
does this
planned for
before.
that
Yeah, fuck
first-
my question. No, wait a minute. No. What's your plans for Beer Week?
That's a 2020 event.
I'm just kidding.
That's a
Don't worry
2020
about
event.
it. Don't worry. I know my question was too broad, and that's better. We can take his. It's fine.
first event is with Dark Sky. We will be putting up a link soon for pre-sale for Barrel Aged Cielo Oscuro. It'll be on tap.
Dark Skies just got
So
the
it's going
Such
to
a
be
good
Midas
beer.
touch.
2 cans per person. We'll be getting those
Nice.
barrels too to put coffee in, barrel aged coffee in, and then
So people that actually have not heard the podcast before or have never tried that beer, can you explain what it is
Yeah.
and what goes into making that beer?
it's,
not even just like you like
it's a big thick stout that we put cocoa nibs, vanilla beans, coffee, cassia bark, which is fancy cinnamon,
it is fast.
It is fancy cinnamon, and it's tasty fancy
and
cinnamon.
it tastes extra fancy.
Dude.
It does. I
And
feel
it's
fancy.
we were going for like a Wakefield Desperado, perennial Abraxas type of thing with it, and I think barrel age could go head to head with both of those. But I'm a little biased.
Yeah, it's all right though.
Uh,
You have to
then
be.
We all agree. It's
then
fine.
Monday the 10th, I got Bottle Logic and Friends. It's going to be Bottle Logic, Artifacts, Unsung, and Chapman. 4 beers from each of those breweries, so 16 total beers.
Nice.
And it's a Monday night, so it's going to be trivia packed
God.
already.
I forgot what Chapman. I forgot where the guy who started Chapman used to brew at. Do you know that off top?
I do not.
No worries. That's awesome. You're getting him out here though.
And
So the
then,
tap
very
takeover
cool.
kind of thing. They're taking
Yeah.
over the taps. Are going to be those 4 breweries.
yep.
week? Well, what California's like? What 20 miles from here? I had to make
much.
one.
And
distance.
That's very
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
That's
and
a nice
then
little lineup.
whatever that Wednesday is, we do our annual Girl Scout cookie and beer pairing.
Nice.
What's your favorite Girl Scout cookie?
I am a big fan of Do-si-dos. The peanut butter.
All right.
I like it. I like it a lot.
I like it.
What's your pairing choice for that?
An amber.
Personally,
An amber.
Professional.
That was a
responses,
fucking
like-
definitive response, dude.
And it was
There was no,
No hesitation.
hesitation in that. I love it.
And then the day after that, Thursday, is going to be an Abnormal Beer Company event. Gonna have some really nice goodies. Maple Morning bottles to go. Barrel Age M4 and 5 on tap, I think.
Very cool.
Still finalizing.
That's a heavy hitting list right
I mean,
there.
if you guys
What
want
week
me to
is,
get you guys something, just let me know. I'll take orders for you.
yes,
February
everything he
7th.
just said.
February 7th to the 16th is Arizona Beer Week.
All right.
Very nice.
Good.
And I assume you'll be at Strong Beer Fest.
Actually, it's not my thing.
I agree.
It
I
has
agree.
its place.
I'm over it.
I used to go all the time, but I'm like, it's too much for me.
There's
I don't want to sit here and bash
It's-
it, but yeah, it's
mean,
a little much sometimes now.
We've gone back and forth. It's like one of those things where like every year we get to, after the fact, we're always like, you know what? That's a lot. There's a lot going on. There's so much.
I'm
It's
actually
gotten
gonna
so much
not
bigger.
be here for the Dark Sky event because I'm going up for the Plenty Younger bottles.
Are you really?
Yeah.
My dad said that to me the other day, and I was like, Dad, do you realize what a fucking zoo that's going to be? He's like, we should
Yeah.
go. I was like, no.
I've never gone up there for the release. I usually go down to Churchill's in San Marcos every
That's the place
year
to be.
And
Really good
nice.
place to be.
because their Churchill's Renaissance is an amazing tap list.
Nice.
But yeah, first time I'm going, taking a buddy for his birthday.
Very cool.
Are you gonna take
is
your
my
new buddies for their birthdays?
Yeah,
too?
what about your new?
It's
What
my
about your new
it's my
friend?
It's
birthday
his
today.
birthday today. It's for his
So-
birthday today.
Oh, well.
Gonna,
Guess
maybe-
we'll say
maybe I'll
happy
share a bottle
birthday,
with you.
Frank.
There we go.
God, way to fucking fish for that.
Hey,
Nate and I were just
working.
talking about this.
I'm working.
I know. It was what we were
know,
just talking
we
about.
were
that.
just talking about.
It's my birthday earlier in the week, and I didn't want anyone to say happy birthday, so it's all good. Yeah. What is that even going to look like? I mean, what does that release look like? Well, I forgot what the page said.
I know it's going to happen at both locations, and it's 2 per person. And you gotta. I don't think you can go just to get bottles. I think you gotta go for the event.
Okay.
I could be wrong on that. I don't read very well.
I remember people sitting outside all day for when it was just on tap. I mean,
Right.
they'd
Now they
show
do
up, sit
bottles.
out for 4 hours. You got in there, got your hour with your bar,
It's
your
a
2
great.
pours.
It's a great beer.
Have you ever done? You've never done the release before?
Not up in Russian River.
Okay. Nice. Well, that's badass, man. Let us know how that goes, because that sounds fun.
We'll
we
do a
talked about it
recap
before.
episode.
Yeah. Definitely.
Oh,
That'd be
yeah,
awesome.
absolutely.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, well,
Crazy.
as long as you bring Pliny with you.
We'll taste it
I
with you
wonder
and
how
see
many
if we can-
people will be hounding you for that.
Oh, it's 2 per person. Probably 100 people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's one of those things where like you just don't tag yourself there until you leave.
Oh yeah,
like don't even.
just
know.
left
what I
Pliny.
did.
Yeah, you just post 2 empty bottles.
Yeah, that's the way it is.
Yeah.
It's empty bottles.
Do you get that though when you bring in like Bottle Logic? People calling and be like, "Hey, like that you're," because you're relatively well
hey,
known. and,
this is
hey,
the guy that I
we're
don't come
friends."
in on an everyday basis, but I only come in on your special releases.
Yeah.
Could you hold that for me?
Even your social media sometimes is like no RSVPs
Yeah.
this time.
Yeah,
That's good. I mean, I'm sure it's
it's
probably
fair though. I mean, you got to get the people that are just coming here to show up.
Yeah. Well, you try to take care of the people that come in all the time.
Right. What you have to do. You're regulars, man.
Yep.
Favorite brewery in San Francisco?
Probably Cellar Maker.
Dude.
Good
that's-
answer.
Wow.
I was
You guys are
fishing.
speaking best
I was
friends.
Oh my
fish-
God!
I was fishing for that answer because I knew
And
you'd
I
been there.
hear they opened up a pizza place. So we're gonna
Yes.
check it
Oh,
out.
man.
Detroit style pizza.
Ooh, winning.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Have you guys been to the Wreck in Lake Pleasant area? Good
I've
Detroit.
heard it's
The
good
Wreck?
beans, yeah.
Okay, nice.
What about
Yeah.
your
30
favorite
minutes
brewery in
from here.
Arizona?
It's 30 minutes.
Well, just to cap that off, I love Cellar Maker. So
Put them on the spot
Favorite brewery in Arizona
that you don't
Damn.
have a relationship with.
that I don't have a relationship
why you gotta?
What?
Why does it have to be like that?
Try not to plug.
What's your favorite brewery in Arizona that you've never actually been to, had a beer from, but don't have a relationship with,
I was giving him an out.
Or consulted on.
and you've also never heard of them?
Oh my god.
No, I'm just joking. I'm sorry. Making fun of it.
No, do you have a favorite, or
favorite
is
brewery
it?
that I don't have on
Pick your
tap?
favorite child.
Yeah,
Favorite brewery I haven't carried on Tapio would probably be something like Crooked Tooth or Puebla Vida.
Nice. Crooked Tooth. The guys at Crooked Tooth are so awesome.
Yeah. Crooked
Great
Tooth
people.
Make some good beer.
Friendly with both, but I just haven't carried them yet.
and how many total tap handles do you have?
27.
Good to know.
Any plans to expand? Are you happy with that
I
amount?
wouldn't even know how to expand. It's
I said, go to the ceiling or the basement.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
mean, come on.
This place is pretty
Rooftop.
tall. I'd say to start going up.
Yeah,
that's
sure.
true.
Litchfield
Listen.
Park and the rooftop. You'd be the first one out here.
I'll be the first.
Yeah.
Listen, you know
I know a
pilots,
real
you
estate
can go
guy.
up.
Yeah.
I know a real estate guy.
Yeah.
I live in a construction zone. I know a guy who can knock it over for you. Sorry. Chris is laughing if it makes anybody feel better listening to the show.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you can just go. There's a great place right above us. You can put
Pull out all this air.
Yeah.
Knock all this
Actually,
shit
we got
down.
so much room, we could just add a second level inside.
I was going to say.
There we go.
Have you ever been, and speaking of Portland, have you ever been to Bissell Brothers?
Yep.
They've got a sweet little second level, right off the right there.
Do it. Yeah.
Bissell
Listen,
Brothers, amazing. Portland is
I like
ridiculous with its beer. It is.
It really is.
And I grew up in Maine and went there until I graduated high school and a year after, and it was nothing like that. And
That's
then I
why
left, and then
I-
this happened.
I centered that trip around the Night of the Great Thirst at Ebenezer's Pub.
No kidding, never even
It's a
heard of
big lambic festival.
Oh,
every
really?
year. It was pretty
Got my attention.
pretty insane.
it. That's awesome. Another spot that's up there, High Roller.
Oh, I went to High Road.
Did
They're
you?
actually
I
at
knew it.
Monkish
That's fine.
today.
Listen,
I
They're doing
knew
a pop
it.
up. They're doing a pop up at Monkish today.
I was like, Ian's fucking cool. I bet he went to High Roller.
listen, it might be easier just to ask Ian what he hasn't been to.
Honestly, High Roller is an amazing looking lobster.
I had a lobster.
Lobster roll.
They do. They basically do like insane lobster rolls.
We got a taco that the shell was cheese
Stop it. Shut your mouth.
and a lobster corn dog. That
Okay.
was
All
amazing.
right, the show's
Wait,
over.
was there lobster in the corn
stop.
dog batter?
Yes.
Or was it actually like the hot dog was actually lobster?
Watch what you're doing with your hand there, dude.
Lobster, yeah. The lobster.
I think it was
Okay,
just.
and
I
for
think it was
lobster.
just corn dog battered.
Did they have
The
an
lobster
insane
lobster
tap
meat.
list?
Oh yeah.
Was
And
it nuts? That's why I follow them because
and-
first they do nuts lobster and then they
all
do
their
insane beer.
all their shirts are like metal themed, so it has my attention right
Oh, is it
there.
true? Colorado.
Sweet, dude. Well, good to know.
Yes.
Good to know you've got great taste. I knew it, but we've confirmed.
Wow.
it.
I mean, I didn't think
Confirmed.
it's possible, but now you guys are even better friends.
Oh my god.
even more close to you.
Listen, there's so much room
Maybe
for
I'll
activities
come
in
out
here.
once a year instead of once every 3 years.
I trust me. I haven't been there in 2.5. It snowed a foot the last time I was there, and I was like, "Fuck this place." So yeah, it's been a
Trying to
minute.
see if the wife's gonna come over here. She finally made
Ah.
it in.
Oh.
Yeah, she's been behind us a few minutes. Yeah. Yeah. What were you about to ask, Ed? Were you about to ask something? You look like you have an inquisitive look on your
No,
face.
well, if he
He's
wants
just
to bring his
punning.
wife on,
Did you
we
want to
could
ask
probably
any
take
more
a break.
favorites with some very specific, what's the word, criteria?
Listen, I was giving him an out, so
Oh,
he
okay.
didn't alien. We all know his
All right.
Tombstone and Borderlands have to be your closest relationships, right?
And Dark Sky.
They
So-
love us, so they love everybody. That's how it
yeah.
works.
If they get along with us, then they have no criteria for friendships.
Oh, you like beer?
The bar's
Ah,
low.
cool.
Yeah. Just don't mention mayonnaise around, right?
Yeah, dude.
Mayonnaise?
Yeah.
Oh, mayonnaise with Ryan
And then-
Stanley.
Oh, okay. I don't remember that.
Big fan.
Right.
Yeah.
Loves the mayo.
Huge fan of mayo. All right, Ed, let's take a quick break, and we'll come back.
Cool. All right, sounds good.
Thanks, guys.
Dude, I go to a place called Tampopo in Tempe to get ramen.
Oh,
They're so good, but they have the ultra spicy ramen, and I'm always like,
They
this
always
isn't
get.
ultra spicy, but it's delicious. Like, like it's good, but it's not ultra spicy.
all the time.
I love spicy food.
This isn't
Yeah.
ultra spicy.
It's not ultra spicy, but it's so good. Like it's
That spicy ketchup
I
from
love it.
Whataburger.
there.
Hey, that's bomb.
That. Thank you.
That is
thank you.
bomb.
Thank you. I was
like
Another
it.
thing.
I had a taste of that today for the first time, and I was like, "This is surprisingly spicy.
It's
This has
good.
got a
And I
good
was like,
zing to it."
This is tasty.
I didn't. I'm not a fan of the hotness.
Dude, I was telling him I got Ghost. It was
You like me?
Ghost chili wing sauce,
so full of the jokes.
and it was ghost chili sauce and condiment, and I was just like, yeah, I guess I'll get this. And I was just put it on pizza.
Sick
It was
bastard.
good. It was really good.
It's
But,
disgusting.
like ghost pepper has a weird smell to it that I'm not a big fan of, but it's delicious tasting. So I just
so good to
power
smell.
through it.
Smells like feet.
yeah, it's weird. I don't know what
Good
the
to
deal
taste.
is, but I like
Smells
it.
like feet.
This would all be awesome if this was a food podcast.
Oh.
But it's not.
Guys, let's switch. You guys like sports? Talk about sports real quick.
Coyotes are fifth in the
You're the
Pacific.
worst.
But it's only
Pacific?
Joke.
but,
That's a
but,
joke.
but it's specific. But it's only separated by a point.
Oh God.
That sounds confusing.
In the middle of our craft beer podcast, these two like to banter about hockey sometimes, and
Whoops.
Sorry.
Hey, you know what?
You guys are the
You're in the
worst.
West Valley.
Yeah.
You appreciate the Coyotes.
listen, it's not that I don't appreciate
I was
them.
raised by a coyote.
I was raised
Listen,
by coyotes.
that's a way better story.
He means like literally outside the arena. They gave him food and stuff. Like he
There's real
slept outside
coyotes
the arena for
outside
weeks.
of the Coyotes arena. I like it.
All right, we're back.
We have a joiner.
Yes,
Yes,
we
we
do. We
do.
have another guest. Ian's wife has joined us. A joiner. Ian's wife, Stephanie. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good. Ian, yeah, perfect, Ian. Thank you so much.
To your mouth.
So, how do you put up with this guy full time?
I don't know. I guess I'm just used to it.
You just smile and nod a lot of them. That's what I would do. I'd be like, yeah,
Do,
yeah.
think
do what
that's
my
what
wife
most of
does
us
and
do.
says, "You're so funny, honey," but doesn't actually really laugh all that hard.
He's a professional giggler.
Okay, perfect.
Gotcha.
All right. Okay. That sounds good. I mean, that would make me feel better if I was just cracking jokes all the time. Have somebody there to laugh at him. I don't. It's just me.
Look how cute Ian is, though.
Oh. So, how long have you guys been married?
I
Uh-oh.
just have to do the math.
It's going to be 10 years
yeah,
this year.
we'll be
Really?
10 years
cow.
in.
That's
Wow.
friggin' awesome. Congratulations.
Trying to go to Japan.
That's sick.
That'd be really
10 years, man. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
So, how have you enjoyed owning ground control?
It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's been an adventure so far.
yeah, definitely.
Were you involved in the initial conversation, or did Ian come home one day and be like, "Hey, we're getting
I
a
bought a bar.
beer bar"?
Hey, by the way, we're owners now, in case you're wondering.
Right. No, it was, with every marriage, I mean, I think everything's a group effort. So, I mean,
Yeah.
you had to definitely run it by me. And we had
Good
to,
marriages.
Yeah,
Good- yeah, good
make a decision about it. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Good job, Ian.
Good job. Good job.
And are you a beer drinker?
I am. Thanks
Nice.
to Ian, of course.
That helps.
Check her on tap. It's fine.
Well, I
Right.
have more check-ins than he does because I remember to check in more.
That is
But I
me.
forget
I'm me.
check-in,
Yeah,
That's it.
That's a good segue because we all have new beers, and I made a terrible mistake because I reactivated the Hoppy Craftsman.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you really hated your beer.
No, the beer's good, but
I was going to be like, dude, why don't you just pretend to like it?
I just
We're-
realized I have to
guests.
check in like 8 beers on our podcast site
Yep.
today, and it's
Okay.
going to take
And if
for
you
fucking
don't-
ever.
Yeah, you're
Doesn't
welcome.
count.
Forgive you.
Yeah.
Boom.
You're welcome.
Never forgive you. Listen, and this is the reason why we haven't used the Hoppy Craftsman Untapped, because I'm awful at checking stuff in. Like I'm like you. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I did drink beers, and I check in like 6 at one time,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, that's too much. I'm done. I stop.
Yeah, I check it like once a year.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. There you go. We're not good
like
at
Do
it.
you think
birthday
that would
badge or
work if you got
something.
pulled over?
Right.
Like,
How
have
many
you been
beers have you
drinking? According to Untapped, I have not been drinking.
There you go. That's right.
Sir, I haven't checked anything in days.
Days.
Okay? And if I don't check it in, it wasn't very good.
Yeah, he goes, what's that? And what's that right there? Like nothing. Don't worry
It
about
wasn't
this.
good enough to check in. So go fuck you. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, so but yeah, we are drinking beers. What are we?
Oh, whoops. Yeah. I had to go with, you know what?
No. Listen,
Frank sold it because I smelled his glass. I got my
Yeah.
nose unnecessarily close to
really
your beer
good.
there. 13.
It's the Out 13 Villainous.
Villainous
Vic.
Vic.
Yes.
Double IPA with Vic's Secret.
So we look at the menu, and
I haven't tried it yet.
Francisco actually said that's the one he wanted, and then Ian said, "Oh, that's a good one," and I was like,
Ooh, that's
"Shit, well
amazing.
now I have to get it too."
Don't you hate it when you hear someone talking about a beer
were
and then
just
someone's like,
talking-
"Oh, that's a good
We were
one,"
just saying that.
I'm like,
and then
we're
you finish
always,
like, "Or you just got a full beer of something else you chose." You're like, "Fuck."
So out of all the odd 13 beers that we've carried, that one that always stuck out in my mind that I really enjoyed. So once I saw it available again, I'm like, done.
Yeah, it is
it
good.
takes-
Done.
It's-
I drove to the warehouse to pick it up today
Wow.
so I could have it on tap.
It is
well, thank
tasty
you
fresh.
for that. Thank you.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
Appreciate
Doing
it.
my part for America.
Yeah.
For America.
The West Valley deserve. They don't. I don't know if they deserve you, but
Yes,
they
they
have
do.
you.
I al-
Frank's like, I just
I
agree.
have, I have a meme that I use every once in a while. It's the Joker doing the Dark Gotham needs a better class of
Yeah.
whatever that line is. But West Valley deserves a better beer, and I'm gonna give it to him.
Nice.
Hey, there you
nice. Classic. Very
True.
good.
I'm drinking the Dark Sky Wide Awake on Nitro.
That was the one that was a
It's
major
coffee
mistake.
blonde stout.
Very
which-
first distributed nitro keg.
From Dark Sky.
Yep.
Nice.
He was walking over with it, and it was the nitro was like in it, so it still looked. It almost looked like an IPA, like a hazy IPA, and I was like, "Ooh, that's good color." And then it settled up, and I was just like, "Oh, that's not an IPA."
You're like, ooh, that's
You're
a
like,
West
ew.
Coast.
I was like, "Oh, it's a blonde stout." No, I
Yeah.
like blonde
I can
stouts.
see through it. Must
Yeah.
be.
Ugh,
That West Coast
That's
shit
terrible.
out of here.
I'm a haze boy. What are you gonna do?
Hazy boys.
Well, I'm leaving.
Wild and hazy boys.
So that
Wait, what? You
that
like West
opens
Coast?
the doors. So what is
I'm more
your
of a make beer queer person.
Really?
you're a
All
West
right.
Coast IPA person?
Life's the better.
go back to the. I'm an equal opportunity beer person. I think
Yeah.
that's usually the
Yeah.
safer bet. I like West Coasts. I like hazies. I like stout. I think it's gone like the full gambit. Like I come around every once in a while to be like, no, this is what I like now.
Yeah.
So I guess that's a
like-
good question. Is there a beer that you two like cannot agree on?
Has Ian met a beer he hates?
Like, listen, like when
As
we
long
talked
as
about
it's free.
sour stouts earlier, and Nate looked at me with disgust in his eyes and his voice. Is there something like that happens when you're like, I really want to give me one of these beers, and she goes to you, you're like,
That's disgusting.
and she
I'm really
just
opinion-
shakes her head at you, or just vice versa.
I'm quite opinionated though. So.
He is.
Like a negative, it's too much.
I don't know. Nothing's really popping out.
We share a lot.
Yeah. Honestly, what you guys have done here is obvious. It's special. I'm glad business has picked up since you've owned it, by the way. I mean, it's clear. I can
So-
only see good things for this place.
So I guess before we kind of wrap things up,
Oh,
we
yeah.
need to talk about.
Please. Keep it
We talked
going.
about Strong Beer Fest coming up. What other things you guys have planned coming up in the works? What other events you have going on?
Good question.
Besides your normal week to week stuff, you actually have
Well, we did just
anniversary
we
coming
did
up.
just-
You have
anniversary is July.
okay.
Okay.
Been talking to a couple friends I can't disclose yet about bringing some stuff out here.
Can we try to guess those friends?
Intriguing.
It's not the one that you're gonna get.
Dark sky.
It's not gonna be here.
Super Schmeatery. Tombstone. Polavita. Damn it.
Okay.
So my goal is to bring a couple of my friends out here to have on beer on tap.
Nice. Very cool.
Anything else you guys got going on? Like you having more like events here actually, besides anniversaries or anything, or
Just gearing up for
you're-
strong beer.
Honestly, I don't look that far in advance.
Okay.
Right. Still
Like,
fly.
oh, I didn't even start thinking about Beer Week until like 2 weeks ago.
Right.
I'm like, oh, that's coming up.
What about any like community events or anything you guys are doing outside of with the community?
Not currently. We're just trying to get things going in the direction that we want first here, and then we'll do some community outreach stuff.
Do you have any planned collabs at this point?
Not planned.
Anything you're working on?
Anything?
Trying to get my dog on a beer.
Nice. That's true. That's kind of a big thing in Arizona right now, or at least here in Phoenix. Everybody getting their damn dog on their own beer.
But she's the best dog around.
Yep. Everybody's got one of those.
No, it's true.
No, we've got a good beer dog. She's been on our beer trips.
No,
It's on Instagram.
Ian just got really annoyed right now.
Wait. Okay, so what would you name that beer then?
Beer dog
what's the
IPA.
what's the dog's
Beer
name?
dog.
Kaylee?
Kaylee. Good dog Kaylee.
Sad.
Oh wait, is that too derivative? My bad.
I guess the Wren House made it.
Say it
I
again.
guess the Wren House made it.
Yeah, that'd work, I suppose.
Okay, cool.
Well, awesome.
That's my goal.
That's your goal to get. All
She
right,
just
there we go.
turned 15. She deserves a beer.
Oh,
Thank
yeah,
you
she
for coming
does.
full circle to the 2020 question. Getting your dog on a beer,
That was
That's
my
the
answer
goal.
the whole time.
You
I
didn't
wanted
know.
to milk
Oh, there
it
you go.
longer.
and now we got it back.
He's holding it in reserve.
I was wondering when we could end the show, and now we did. That's awesome.
Francisco, you got anything going on for everything you do with some beer?
Yeah, you got any
related
events coming up?
I know you do a lot of community spotlights for.
Yeah,
real
so
estate stuff,
well,
so-
this is one of them. So with Ian and the
So everybody listening right now, we're also doing video. So
Yes.
you edit video, you put them on YouTube.
Oh,
I'm guessing,
are we?
right?
Because I can't see.
Please allow me
That
to.
doesn't know.
Please
You
allow
look
me to
pretty, though.
apologize for my body.
Yeah, well,
you know
I
what?
think it looks great.
that's why we do a podcast.
Ian, I really
I'm
like you.
pretty magical when it comes to editing.
I really like.
Person. I'm a positive person.
Yeah. No. So, like I said, I'm going to talk to Ian about hosting events here.
Okay.
Later with.
Later isn't in an hour.
And they involve break dancing.
They can. Yeah. I mean, with
Done.
enough beer, anything
What's
can
an African
happen.
breakdance when you have a
Anything.
beer, dude?
With enough
happen.
beer, anything could happen.
And so, really, what my whole thing is just about connecting people and giving back. And
Okay.
what I love about doing this is I'm a realtor by trade, but I do the video stuff for free advertising for small businesses because just being in Litchfield Park and in Goodyear, I'm just trying to bring up the small business owners. That's really what makes us pretty special out here.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's really nice
Cool,
that
man.
somebody's doing that because we live in a sea of chains in the West
Yeah.
Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sea of chains.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
just about connecting people like you guys.
That's what we do.
Yep.
We connect people to beer.
I know, man.
Beer to people.
It's am-
Great
nice.
people.
Thank you guys very much for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you for
So,
coming out.
if people want to find more information about ground control and what you guys have going on besides your dog's Instagram, where else should they look for?
Yeah, what's the best place to
Yeah.
find out what's Ian's got on tap?
Best place, well, you can find our tap list on our website, groundxcontrol.com.
Nice. You keep that up to date.
Keep that up to
Can
date.
I just bring it back real quick? Tap rooms that don't keep an active tap list, either like on what the fucking app?
Untapped?
Untapped,
Yeah.
or
Tap
on their website. It drives me insane. We have some great tap rooms in this state, and I won't name names, but like some of them don't even keep a tap list, and they like try to get good beer in, and it just drives me insane. So, good. Thank you.
Yeah,
I guess
I
guess
update it on a daily.
that warms my heart. It does, because honestly, nothing drives me more insane than having to go back to someone's Instagram photo from like 3 days before that to see what they probably have on tap still.
One thing I pride on, this is more than just a cash grab for me. This is what I'm very passionate about, and I hope people can see that when they
Yeah.
watch what I do.
I'd say that's evident, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's
And then Facebook is just Ground Control, and Instagram at Ground Control Litchfield.
Okay. Perfect.
yeah. I mean, that's one thing, and we talked about it in the past is like when you go to places that you can tell people that they're just trying to like cash in on the craft
yeah.
beer movement, and you can tell people that actually are passionate about craft beer, and it's a completely different world, and it's a completely different feel, and it's definitely something you guys are doing really, really well. And you can tell that your passion comes through.
Since the
everything
day
you guys
we
do
met
here.
you at our 10th anniversary, we could tell you guys you
Yeah.
had a passion for craft beer, and that's why we always wanted to get you on the show.
Yep.
It's
Well,
been,
thank you for being
and it's
here.
nice to finally do it. So we really appreciate having you both on.
Thank you.
Nate, if you want to find more information about Frank, where should they go? I'm just joking. Frank, where should people go?
So you can look me up. I'm the AZ Bearded Realtor. So on every
No, sorry, it may not be the. There, no,
Something like
no,
the Ohio
sorry.
State,
I just meant the.
those guys.
All right, my bad.
Yeah. So AZ Bearded Realtor. You can find me on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. All my information's there. It's all up to date. And
So people want to see our awesome faces on YouTube.
you're
That's-
gonna
there's
be
a beer
on
rule.
there.
All
And
right.
if you need to
Everyone's gonna
sell a
be there.
house in the West Valley, this
all
is your
over.
man.
But yes,
Boom.
I'm making definitely a presence out here
Nice.
in the West
I
Valley.
love presents.
Yeah, you know what?
He's making 'em.
Francisco. That's fun to say.
Yeah.
The elf guy.
Everyone's supposed to look-
I was saying that in my head. That's fun to say.
He said it in our group text too.
No, man.
But yeah, AZ Bearded Realtor. You'll be able to just find everything for me.
Awesome. Yep. Very cool, man.
And thank you guys. Seriously, I know you guys are from the East Side, so thank you for driving out here and connecting with Ian.
I
know
am
you guys
not
have been
from the
wanting
East Side.
to. Oh well, not
Oh,
anymore.
man. Not
I'm
anymore.
so happy to be able to say that.
So thank you all for coming out.
Yeah, no problem.
Absolutely. They can find us at hobbycraftsman.beer on the interwebs and at hobbycraftsman on Instagram and Facebook.
And Hobby Craftsman on Untapped.
Oh yeah, now on Tap as
I
well. You gotta
always
put that in
Loaded
there.
again.
I
Yep.
always blow it.
Gotta slide one
I
in.
always blow it. Sorry, Ed. All right. Who are the raddest people in the world?
Wow.
Let's even see some enthusiasm.
Was that
in
angry?
that.
Was that angry? Who are the raddest fucking people in the world, Chris?
Nate, the rest people in the world are our patron supporters. The people that actually support the show and help us out. Those are the raddest fucking people in the world.
And they should all keep weight because I'm hoping to send them 3D printed crap.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, so we decided to go with the 3D printed poops. That's what we're doing.
Literally
Nice.
3D printed. I'm gonna first. I gotta model it though, so I'll get back to you on that. one.
yeah. And
So if someone wants
I would be
to
a good
support you
modeler.
guys, how do they get to?
Yeah.
How do they
Nice.
get to do that?
Hey, we're the professionals. Let us take care of that, Francisco.
I was trying to give you like a segue in, you know?
Jesus.
Jeez.
it's like we've never
I
done
could
this.
do a whole show about talking poop.
And cue the music for that
I
show.
could-
I hope you don't expect me to edit music every time you said
Yeah, I do. All right, so
cue the music.
The trombone.
So the raddest fucking people in the world are Mark Ballesteros, the Indie Beer Show, Jessica Langley, Rob Fulmer, Paul
Frambois.
Frambois.
I got my list. I got my book of Paul.
Excellent. Sina Gomez, Anthony Bracamonte, Zach Dominguez, and our newest patron supporter who snagged one of the
Yeah,
name tier.
went hard right off the bat.
Yeah, the $14
Yes.
big money, beating Sina Gomez for patron supporter
Yeah,
at this
that's up,
point.
Cena.
And
Listen, if you've
Jessica.
seen the studio, Cena Gomez has not been beat in
Yeah, that's-
money paid for this podcast.
It's debatable. But Riley Greenbaum is the newest supporter of the show.
Thank
so
you, Riley.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We appreciate all the support that actually listeners give us. We actually got new stickers coming out to help pay for, and we'll be sending them out to all the patron supporters. If you see us at Strong Beer Fest, fingers crossed, they should be here the Tuesday before Strong Beer Fest. We'll have them with us, and we'll pass them out if you see us there. So stop by, say hi.
And specifically, these are the C&D line stickers.
This is the new C&D line. So
Nice.
super excited for them. So
Perfect.
guys, thank you. Ian.
Thank you again very much for having us.
At Ground Control in Litchfield. If you want to be patron supporters, they should go to hoppycraftsman.com. Everybody, thank you for listening.
What's hoppycraftsman.com?
Patreon.com/hoppycraftsman. Jesus, Ed, edit that out.
I will.
And then, yeah. All right, guys.
Thanks, Chris.
Good show.
Thanks, Ed.
Thanks, Nate.
Thanks, Francisco.
Thanks, Stephanie.
Later, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.